Happy hunting.
Hunt me.
I am the hunted one.
I'm hunting most things.
Let us hunt something.
You can hunt.
Oh, have you hunted me?
You're being hunted.
Welcome back to another curated top 10 for the 2nd of August 2018, a Thursday. Let's get into the top 10 for today. It's very hot, by the way. I'm doing this very late. First one is the NOLA Project by Robin Falk. I put this one up mainly from a sustainability point of view. It's hot everywhere on the planet right now, and so anything to do with sustainable building, anything to do with solar panels, anything to do with off-grid living, getting people to look at alternative lifestyles. I kind of want to hunt those products and services because I think if we change the way that we interpret life, if we minimize our impact on the planet, then we just might be able to buy ourselves a little bit more time on planet Earth instead of building these big concrete sweat boxes of like hotels and apartments and apartment blocks that just like seem to go up never ending into the sky. Next up is the Q bottle. Take it with you. It's like a unfortunately it's plastic. I hope it's from a plastic. It's Celebrate Earth Month. We're growing and protecting 1 acre of seagrass to help offset 50 tons of carbon emissions, which, you know, they have to do that on a minimum really, because it is a plastic bottle at the end of the day. It'd be good if they used recycled plastic to make this thing, but I really like this because it folds up, so it's super efficient. It's really nice design. I kind of really dig that. For every bottle purchased, $5 will be donated to the Grand Canyon Trust to help protect and restore the Grand Canyon, Colorado. So they're doing the right thing with this stuff. And I like the fact that after you've drunk from it, you can just like collapse it up. That's a kind of nice little feature, especially because you could just leave it collapse like that and have your mixer or your alcohol in one, and then extend it out and put like your juice or whatever on top of it. I kind of dig it. If they did it from recycled plastic, it'd be even better, I think. Next up is the Solar Cam from Win Infinite 8. So this is like a CCTV camera, but it's got a solar panel in it. And I'm kind of digging on this because this has got to be the way that a lot of technology, you know, third-party technology works, is by solar panels. It makes complete sense to not use additional power, to actually use solar rather than more coal or... Whoa, I'm swatting flies in live flies. And it looks pretty good, actually. I mean, this is probably version 1 of it, so I probably wouldn't pick one up straight away, and the software looks a little bit janky. But, you know, if it's completely independent solar power in the daytime, and it can store that power at nighttime as well, I mean, guaranteed win. Next up is Wakeboards. I would love to have a go on one of these things. Searching for the next rush, you found it, the Awake Ravik, serial number 1 to 30. So it looks like they're only making these in the minimum supply. 30 knots, 56 kilometers, 0 to 50 kilometers an hour in 4 seconds. 40 minutes of mixed riding, exchangeable battery, charge time 80 minutes, wireless throttle. I mean, if you had one of these, you could just literally rent it out. Just let people rent it out. Order fee €1,000. First installment 8,000 euros. So like you're looking at 20,000 euros to own one of these. So not a cheap thing, but look at it. It is super well designed. And this 11 kilowatt brushless electric motor, up to 30 knots. I mean, that would be awesome to just go out on the lake and play around with, right? Or to rent out and let people have a go on it for like 10 or 15 minutes at a time, and just have like 2 or 3 different like battery charged up. Love it. That's a really good hunt. That should be number 1 today. This should be number 1 because it's innovative. Next up is Beyond Zero, the new ice age. We make ice cool. No more watered down drinks. Now the liqueur is the ice. That I really dig. The idea of like the cocktail maker makes the drink, and then the actual slab of frozen whatever that goes into it has all the alcohol in it. I really dig that, because then you can start to make some super innovative drinks, and they kind of like defrost as they go. Look, you can see it from this photo here, what people say. He starts off with these 2 like ice balls of alcohol, and gradually they just like dissolve into the glass, releasing the frozen cocktail. Super fire. Again, that's all about telling a story, and you can do some incredible social media with that, I would have thought. I've got a little got screen issues today. I'm sorry about that. I don't know where that's coming from. Next up is the EV4 Off-Road Quad. Now, it looks a little bit janky to me. It looks like lots of little stapled together parts, but I will say this. it might be something that you can 3D print eventually from home. Imagine just being able to buy the wheels, the handlebars, the LED thing, the battery on the back. I do like the fact that it looks kind of DIY and ghetto. Would you not want to ride on one of those? How?
It looks like I could make that out of like
It looks like a Lego thing, right? That's what I was kind of saying earlier on, is that I probably wouldn't buy that one, but if I could build,
very cool.
it looks cool. If I could buy my own and build my own, I would really be into that. The fact that it has dual 1000-watt motors makes this kind of like a cool little RV, EV they call it, and it's got that dual suspension on the front, so you can actually tilt into corners, which I really dig as well. So 2000-watt motors, and I think also the scope for customizing this is huge. Although it looks like lots of little jank like put together parts, I think you could spend a lot of time customizing this to make it exactly like you want it. I don't know how expensive it is, but it's really kind of cool. I'd definitely be interested in see if you could modify that to be road legal, because that'd be more than enough that I'd need. Last fall then today, aggressively organic. I included 2 of Dalio's today because both of them were just as awesome as each other. Aggressively organic, a public benefits corporation. Beta 2 is out. Plate to plate freshness. Aggressive organic micro pod, patent pending, or simply an AO micro pod. Grows food, flowers, houseplants, and even trees. Larger version using the growth medium, water, and nutrient solution, all in like one unit, which I think is just incredible to be able to grow food with your kids if everything is all together there. No pumps, no filters, nothing to fail. Mycodendric pods, I've never heard of that before. Allows you to eat from a still growing plant and get all the nutrients you're missing when you buy any produce harvested more than 24 hours prior, like grocery store produce. Incredible. Some incredible stuff out there in the world. Next up is Crowd Cow, another incredible idea. Discover the world of craft beef and meats. So what's cool about this is that there's a bunch of farms involved with this around the country in the US. You select the cuts, many of them that I have not even heard of, dry aged and hormone free. That's the most important thing about this. Steaks from $4.50 a serving, beef, chicken, pork and salmon, and it's kind of almost like a startup for the cow, and they've done all the design and all the layout. It comes like super vacuum packed and fresh, and you can kind of bid for a certain amount of meat off a certain animal so that you know everything's not going to waste on it. I just really like the fact that food growers and wildlife growers are motivating themselves to take it to that startup kind of world and bring that quality. Look at that. I mean, the video on this is fantastic. They've done a really good job of this. Crowd Cow. What a great name. So if you're buying meat and you want to get the best quality meat, not all bad. A lot of vegans will say don't eat animals at all, don't eat meat at all. There are certain proteins in well groomed, how do you put it? How do I put this? When the animal's been fed well, the quality of the meat, the proteins in that food. A lot of people say don't eat meat at all, we can just live on plants. That is something that we're going to have to do. We have no choice about it. But I think while we're still meat eaters, if we can have more of a relationship and dialogue about food, that's got to be good for everybody. We've got to start somewhere, because we do make too much. There's too much cattle dying. There's too much like methane being made from that. So I kind of think that using these as a dialogue piece is more important than not having that. Next up is Swipe, SWYP. This is like a credit card that has all of your credit cards in one. So you have one little digital card with like an arrow up and down, and then the selector button. And then instead of carrying like 7 or 8 different plastic cards with you, you can just have this one card and everything is on that card, like Visa, MasterCard, etc. What are you laughing at? Wow, what are you doing? So a wallet so thin, all your cards at the press of a button, dynamic magnetic strip, signature for security, pairs securely and wirelessly with your phone, finely crafted to endure easy navigation. My only thing would be worried about security of this, especially because that little animation there looks like a bit of a mock-up to me. But I do like the idea behind it. I'm just a little bit concerned about how some places might feel like, well, it doesn't look like, even though it's a card, it's digital, and they don't know about it, they may refuse it. That would be my only concern about that. Finally today, because I'm absolutely sweating buckets here, is displaypurposes.com. Displaypurposes.com. Relevant hashtags will appear here. Banned and spammy tags are filtered out. You could use these hashtags on, for example, popular image sharing app Instagram, which this website is in no way affiliated. So really good idea if you're trying to generate traffic to your photos or your product. A lot of people still do that Instagram game. If you're up for that, then that's the tool to check out. Finally then today, this is the website as of August 2018. If you've not been to Steam Hunt before, do check it out. All the hunts are on the right hand side. There's sometimes 100, 200 per day. When you click through, they appear on the right hand side. Clicking the white button takes you through to the hunt. If you want to add your own, just click on the plus button next to the profile at the top right. Once you're logged in with your Steam details, put the title, description, images, your tags to it, gets posted to the Steam blockchain, also goes onto the Steam Hunt website. And that's it for me today. I will catch up with you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon. Bye.